Listen, everybody, to the words I have to say. Better get ready, because the Lord is coming one day.
This is Daniel White III with the Second Coming Watch update. This is update number 339. Let's take a quick look at today's prophecy-related headlines which point towards the second coming of the Lord Jesus Christ and the end of the world as we know it. First up today, according to the Associated Press, an Israeli cabinet minister has called on the United States to intervene in the Syrian civil war after intelligence organizations reported the use of chemical weapons. The United States has warned such weapons cross a red line, and last week said the weapons were probably used. Israel says they were definitely used. Environment Minister A-mir Pe-retz said action should have been taken long ago due to the high civilian death toll. He added, "We expect whoever defines red lines will also do what is needed. First and foremost, the U.S. and, of course, the entire international community." Second today, according to CBS Los Angeles, 2 schools in California are introducing palm scanners. That's right, palm hand scanners, in hopes of speeding up the cafeteria lunch line. In a trial program, students are being asked to use their palm prints to register for their midday meals. The palm scanner works by taking a 2-inch image of the vein paths on students' hands. Once that palm is scanned, the image is taken and broken down into ones and zeros, becoming a unique number for that student. 5 parents have so far opted out of the program, citing privacy concerns, and of course some are concerned about what the Bible talks about 666. Third today, according to the United Press International, Spanish researchers said that the European Union will be unable to meet its agricultural policy goals unless it embraces genetically engineered crops. Paul Cristal and colleagues at a university in Spain said studies suggest the EU's stand on genetically modified crops is undermining its competitiveness in the agricultural sector and that of its humanitarian activities in the developing world. A de facto moratorium exists in Europe on the cultivation of genetically engineered crops such as maize, cotton, and soybean, even as the same products are imported because of insufficient capacity to produce them by conventional means at home. The scientists stated that without a change in this policy, ultimately the EU will become almost entirely dependent on the outside world for food and scientific progress, because the outside world has embraced the technology which is so unpopular in Europe. Fourth today, according to International Christian Concern, countries like North Korea, Pakistan, and Somalia top the list as some of the world's worst persecutors of Christians, but none of these countries hold the highest Christian death toll. In 2012, that shameful distinction went to Nigeria, where almost 70% of Christians killed globally were murdered. That's right, 70%. Because Nigeria's federal government has proven unable to protect Christians in northern Nigeria, primarily the Movement for the Emancipation of the Niger Delta, a militant group from southern Nigeria, has threatened to begin attacking Muslims and Islamic institutions. The possibility of religious war, coupled with these overwhelming statistics, makes Nigeria the deadliest place on earth to be a Christian. Fifth today, according to Christianity Today, Christians, Muslims, and civil authorities in one area of Jerusalem have signed a local treaty of friendship that, if successful and replicated, could ease religious tensions in the Holy City and other Middle East communities. Asia News reports that leaders were pushed to seek such an agreement after sectarian clashes broke out in recent months in the wake of the establishment of a Christian subdivision in a Muslim area in East Jerusalem. The signatories of the treaty, whose clauses range from mutual respect to conciliation in disputes over land and the construction of new housing, represent 63 Christian families from the subdivision as well as Muslim leaders from the neighborhood. This treaty is just the latest peace effort between Muslims and Christians in the Holy Land, where attacks on Christian buildings, known as price tag attacks, have become more common. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus Christ said in Luke chapter 17, verses 28 through 30, likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. You can read these stories in more detail and get more prophecy-related news at secondcomingherald.com.